Chapter 8 Life Elements That Are Ignored 第8章被忽视的生命要素 Life elements are the things that exist objectively in nature and play a vital role in life, such as sunshine, oxygen, green vegetation, water, shelter from wind and rain, etc. 生命要素就是大自然中存在的客观的对生命起着举足轻重作用的东西，比如阳光、氧气、绿色植被、水、遮风避雨的地方等。The most important stuff in the world are often free, such as sunshine and air, and human beings will die without sunshine and air. 世界上最重要的东西往往是免费的，比如阳光、空气，而人类离开了阳光和空气就会死亡。Number one, sunshine, 阳光。I have a Russian student who is learning Chinese with me. He told me that the residents of northern Russia suffer from skin diseases and osteoporosis because there is no sunshine all year round. 我有一位跟我学汉语的俄罗斯学生，他告诉我，俄罗斯的北方因为常年没有阳光，所以那儿的居民普通患有皮肤病和骨质疏松症。What is the reason for this? Because osteoporosis is caused by calcium deficiency. Calcium supplementation alone is not enough, and more sun exposure is necessary. Why? 这是什么原因呢？因为骨质疏松是缺钙引起的，光补钙是不够的，还要多晒太阳。为什么呢？Because sun exposure can convert cholesterol derivatives stored under the skin into endogenous vitamin D, which is processed by the liver into active vitamin D. The main function of active vitamin D is to promote the absorption of calcium in the small intestine. 因为晒太阳可以把皮肤下面储存的胆固醇衍生物转变为内源性维生素 D， 经过肝脏加工后变成活性维生素 D。活性维生素 D 的主要功能是促进小肠对钙的吸收。Calcium is equivalent to the express package you buy on Taobao, and vitamin D is equivalent to the delivery man. Without a delivery man, how can the package be delivered to you? In the same way, without vitamin D, calcium will not be delivered well into the bones and osteoporosis will occur. 钙相当于你在淘宝网上买的快递包裹，维生素 D 呢，相当于快递员。没有快递员，包裹怎么会快递到你的手里呢？同理，没有维生素 D，钙就不会很好的快递到骨头里，骨质疏松就会发生。Therefore, vitamin D is also known as the sunshine vitamin. 所以，维生素 D 又被称为阳光维生素。Air 空气。I was a surgeon before, and when I witnessed some patients had to be put on ventilators because of breathing difficulties, I realized that healthy people breathing air and oxygen normally is the luxury and pursuit of these patients. 我之前是一名外科医生，当我亲眼目睹一些患者因为呼吸困难不得不用呼吸机时，我意识到健康的人正常呼吸空气和氧气，这就是这些患者的奢望和追求。When asthma patient realize how difficult it is to breathe a breath of fresh air, normally you will understand a truth. A healthy you is actually the goal and happiness that an asthma patient dreams of. If there is no comparison, one does not know that he is in the midst of bliss. 当一个哮喘患者意识到正常呼吸一口新鲜空气是多么艰难时，你就会明白一个道理：健康的你其实就是哮喘患者梦寐以求的目标和幸福。没有对比，就不知道身在福中不知福。Number three, water, 水。Water is both a life element and a nutrient. Water is the source of life. 水既属于生命要素，也属于营养素。水是生命之源。We are made of cells, and thousands of biochemical reactions are, and basic metabolisms in cells are inseparable from water. 我们是由细胞构成的，细胞里成千上万的生化反应和基础代谢都离不开水。Water accounts for 55 to 65% of the human body. When water is clean, cells are healthy. Healthy cells make people healthy. 水占人体的55%到65%，水健康，细胞就健康，细胞健康，人就健康。In places with water pollution, residents around it will generally suffer from various subhealth and even get sick. 有水污染的地方，一般附近的居民都会出现各种各样的亚健康，甚至生病。Some people suffer from gallstones and kidney stones that have a lot to do with drinking tap water. 一些患胆结石和肾结石跟饮用自来水有很大的关系。You turn on a tap in your home and use a glass to pick up a glass of tap water, and you will see that the water is not clear. There are milky white stuff. It will disappear after a while, and the water will become clear. Invisible does not mean non-existence. Although the water has become clear, where has that milky white stuff gone? 你打开你家的水龙头，用玻璃杯接一杯自来水，会看到水质不清澈，有乳白色的东西，过一会儿就消失了，水变清澈了。看不见的不等于不存在，水虽然变清澈了，可是那个乳白色的东西到底去哪儿了？This milk white stuff is actually bleaching powder, and its main ingredient is calcium hypochlorite. The purpose of bleaching powder used in water plant is to disinfect. 这个乳白色的东西就是漂白粉，其主要成分是次氯酸钙。自来水厂用漂白粉的目的就是为了消毒。Bleaching powder itself has certain harmfulness, causing harm to the human body through the respiratory tract, the skin, the mucous membranes. 漂白粉本身具有一定的危害性，通过呼吸道和皮肤黏膜对人体造成伤害。Therefore, tap water must be boiled to drink. You use a kettle to boil water for a long time, and the inner wall of the kettle is covered with dirt after a long time. This dirt is deformed by bleaching powder. 所以，自来水一定要烧开喝。你用一个水壶长期烧开水，时间久了，水壶内壁上沾满了污垢。这个污垢呢，就是漂白粉变形来的。As I said before, when I was training clinical medical English for some doctors in Southwest Hospital, one of the doctors suffered from kidney stones twice. But after drinking mineral water, The kidney stones never recurred. 我之前讲过，我在西南医院的一些医生啊，给西南医院的一些医生培训临床医学英语时，有一位医生患了2次肾结石，结果改为饮用矿泉水之后，肾结石再没有复发。These pictures are the on-site training for doctors in the hospital, instructed by me. Of course, I recommend everyone to drink natural mineral water and install a water purifier if the economy permits. 当然，我建议大家饮用天然矿泉水，若经济允许的话，可以安装净水器。Number 4, shelter from the wind and rain. 遮风避雨的地方。When I was traveling in Indonesia, I met a Russian guy who set off from Russia on a bicycle, rode the world, and rode his bicycle through Kazakhstan, China, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and spent a year coming to Indonesia. 我在印度尼西亚旅游的时候，碰到一位俄罗斯小伙，他骑自行车从俄罗斯出发，骑行世界，骑着自行车穿过哈萨克斯坦、中国、越南、老挝、泰国、马来西亚、新加坡，花了1年时间来到印度尼西亚。I extremely admire him, who is amazing. With just a bike and a little luggage, he rode a lot of countries all by himself. 我对他佩服的五体投地，太牛了！就一辆自行车和一点行囊，一个人骑行了很多国家。I asked him, "What do you think is essential for the whole trip?" He said, "Enjoy the view during the day, but need a roof at night." Roof actually means a place to shelter from the wind and rain. 我问他，整个旅途中你觉得什么是不可或缺的？他说，白天尽情欣赏美景，但在晚上需要 roof。roof 是屋顶的意思，其实呢意思是需要一个遮风避雨的地方。People are busy during the day and need to rest and sleep at night to rehabilitate their bodies. If there is no shelter from the wind and rain, people will get sick if they do not rest well. Therefore, shelter from the wind and rain is also a life element. 白天人们工作忙碌，夜间需要休息睡眠以修复身体。如果没有一个遮风避雨的地方，人们休息不好，风邪入侵就会生病。所以，遮风避雨的地方也是生命要素。Life elements are things that exist objectively in nature and play a vital role in life, such as sunshine, oxygen, green vegetation, water, shelter from wind and rain, etc. 生命要素呢，就是大自然中存在的、客观的、对生命起着举足轻重作用的东西，比如阳光、氧气、绿色植被、水、遮风避雨的地方等。Life elements exist in great nature. 生命要素存在于大自然中。Each of us has a little nature in our body. For example, the 5 internal organs perform their own duties. The little nature needs to follow and conform to the laws of great nature's operation, such as more sun exposure, more fresh air, drinking clean water, work when sunrise, and rest when sunset, etc. Then life will keep going and we will live longer. 我们每个人身体里有一个小自然，比如五脏六腑各司其职。小自然要顺应大自然的运作规律，比如多晒太阳，多呼吸新鲜空气，饮用洁净之水，日出而作，日落而息等等。 我们就会生命不息，延年益寿。Okay, that's all for today. For more great contents, please visit ChineseTutorly.com/health. See you next time. 再见。